Welcome to Paranormal Gateway Paratalk. I'm the host Scott Wise, and joining me, the other host, Mel McIntosh.
Tonight's special guests are Connie, Brad, Tonie, and Kim from the Ghostly Players Paranormal team. The mission of the GPPT is not only to document and get to the bottom of ghostly activity, but to also bring calm and comfort to the business or homeowner. The GPPT does not charge their clients for their services. They respect the privacy of their clients. The Ghostly Players Paranormal team was featured in the March-April edition of the American Paranormal magazine. Tonight, they will share some of their experiences and evidence from some of their favorite locations. So without further ado, let's welcome the Ghostly Players Paranormal team to the show.
Hi, y'all.
Hello.
Hey, you're back. Well, all right. Usually, the first thing to do is you go around and introduce yourselves and whichever way you want to go and explain what got you into paranormal, if it was an experience or it's just an interest you had.
Sure. So my name is Connie, and I got interested in the paranormal because I grew up in a haunted house, and I had some experiences, and just wanted to continue with that. And then when this team was put together, I was so excited to be able to work with these people and have some great experiences as far as paranormal and actual friendship.
Awesome.
And then I'm Brad, and I've pretty much just been interested in the paranormal ever since I was a little kid. My little cousins and I used to sort of like, we kind of came from a very Christian household, so we got to like sneak watching ghost movies and stuff like that when we were younger. And I don't know, that kind of excitement like definitely helped play into that. And I just remember having some like strange experiences too when I was young. So didn't necessarily live in a haunted house, but then yeah, when basically our group was formed. We're all a bunch of friends first and foremost, pretty much, and most of us are in theater in some form or fashion. So it was like I'm not going to miss out the opportunity to like go out and like investigate with people that I'm close to and being around. So.
Hi, I'm Kim. I've always been interested in like the ghostly shows and places that people don't normally want to go, like if you see a place that's all scary, and then I'm the one that wants to go investigate. So when Alona stuck with this group and asked me to be a part of it, there was no question about it. I'm on board.
Hi, I'm Tonie. I have also been interested in the paranormal, things like that. Always loved like Halloween, so I think that kind of brought me into being interested in the paranormal. Also with being involved with theater, with some of those stories. I performed a lot when I was younger at the Grand Opera House in Oshkosh, which is a notable haunted place in our area. And I'm actually one of the first members of the GPPT, and Alona had just put it out there if anybody would want to go on an investigation with her, and I was one of the, I believe it was 5 of us who went that night, and since then we've just kind of continued and brought in new people who do these experiences with.
Yes, where are you located now?
We are located in the Appleton and Oshkosh area of Wisconsin. So northeast Wisconsin. Appleton is about 30 miles south of Green Bay. So it'll give you a little bit of an idea of where we are. I said, Wisconsin has a pretty rich history of paranormal, um, hauntings, and so we're trying to investigate as many as we can. But then we also do other investigations too outside of the state.
When you guys go on investigations, there are certain steps or preparations you take before investigations. Like, do you like we check the history of the place, or there are certain things that we do before starting an investigation.
Yeah, I mean, Connie's actually, we kind of consider her our researcher on our team. So she'd be the one that would do kind of the pre-research and kind of just bring it all together for us. We kind of generally usually know a little bit about a place because we tend to mostly go to places that are, known haunted hotspots. Um, and some of us don't like. I honestly don't like to do too much research into it, just because I kind of want to go with.
Open my mind
I
and
don't really read Connie's
yeah.
write-up. It's no offense to her, I'm sure
Right.
but sometimes you either want to have that research done and know what what the history of everything, and sometimes I just kind of like to
Right.
figure it out as we're there.
Yeah, to bounce off that, especially when we arrive at a place, sometimes I try to avoid some descriptions on what happens there. I want what I experience to be um, what I organically feel. I don't necessarily like to know what other people have experienced there or what they've seen, just so that doesn't, influence what I might try then to try to see or to try to feel um,
Right.
in that sense where I want to kind of go in blind, and then that way I can make my own assumptions, knowing that that wasn't influenced by anything else.
But yeah, it is nice to have that research because we will, sometimes not use that right away.
Right.
If we're not really having like a lot of activity, it's nice to have that because then you can you'll have the names and, try to trigger them that way.
Right.
So some of the things like we do, like the last 2 years, we've been doing the Estes experiment or the sensory
We do
deprivation.
that too.
And so it helps if a name comes through that is someone, that has showed up on my research, because then we can try and build on that to say, is this, Leslie, is this Dora or whatever, so that we know, okay, we're connecting with somebody who is actually attached to this. As they said here too, some people want to have a clean slate when they go in. Other people want to know what they're kind of getting into. Are we going to experience EVPs more? Are we going to be experiencing some kind of getting pushed downstairs or whatever? We kind of want to know. Some of them would like to know that beforehand.
Right. That's like with last week ago. Like it's nice to get a tour of the place, but I don't want them to say, "Oh, there's a hot spot over there," or "You want to stare camera over there," or "Do it down here." But I always feel good about what I feel. I like when you go in there. Like a lot of occasions we get like real big locations, we end up going back more than once anyway. So
I'd like to actually also mention that a very important person is not here with us, and that was our founder, is Alona. And Alona has done a great job with, finding us places to go, organizing things to have us, find out all these different places that some of us might not have heard of. Others are, so popular that everybody's heard of. So yeah, she's our founder that from 2016, and we just she's a great leader. So.
So, what kind of equipment do you guys use?
Oh my gosh, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We definitely do still have some wish list items for our
Mm-hmm.
equipment, but
Don't we all?
yeah. But
Why is this long?
is it? Yeah. I mean, obviously we use the basics. Our phones are a really huge one because we can do voice recordings on there, videos,
Yeah.
photos, and then we use those for some apps too that we do like ghost box sounds for our Estes. Not experiment.
Estes experiment.
Yeah, I guess that is the word. Um, but yeah, so our phones are big. We obviously, we bring along flashlights. We have a couple REM pods in our group. We have a bunch of K2 meters. We use cat toys a lot. We really get actually like some really good like cat toy.
I gotta get some of those.
Oh, it's crazy because you see this thing and you know that you have to physically touch it to make it go off, and you're watching it and it's not moving and it's just going off. And you're like, what? How's that working?
Yeah.
And it'll kind of almost like sometimes we can use that to like answer us. Kind of in the same way a REM pod will go off if you ask a question and you know turn that make that go off and whatever. So we find the cat toys are fun.
Like one thing with the cat toy too, we've had multiple experiences where the cat toy goes off the same time a K2 goes off or an REM pod.
Aw.
So I mean, you have two.
That's like a validation there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and not even that they're like sitting near each other at all.
Right.
They'll still go off.
But
I interrupted you, so.
do you ever get EVPs like cat meow?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. We had one at White House.
Yeah.
We had a cat, and it's like, so then we go through the debunking process to say, was it a cat inside the house? Was it outside the house? We caught it on an EVP, and we heard it audibly. So it'd be nice to think that it was a EVP of a cat, but we don't know for sure. It's not 100%.
I got caught one up in New York already at the Historical Museum, and it wasn't heard, but it was heard in playback, and it was kind of funny because the one guy who was helping out the museum was saying about what his cat sounds like when he steps on his tail, and he actually said that I hear meow meow.
Yeah.
I thought it was, but yeah, we had cats, and I think we had a dog one time too. I don't like dogs now, but yeah, we get that sometimes too. So
That's like the general gist of it. I mean, I don't know if I'm missing anything major.
We have like dowsing rods too, if we want to use those.
mhm.
I'm trying to think what else. We have a thermometer, temperature. Someone has a thermal imaging thing that they have for their camera also.
Okay.
There's like, we do like trail cams too. So a lot of times what we'll do is go, kind of stake out initially, and then we like to get those set up like right away. And they're just pretty much running our whole investigation, whether or not we're in the space we put it or not. So we might throw one in a basement of a, asylum and like leave it there, or in a hallway or a long hallway to get like a long shot. So those are big too. I think we have 2 of those in the group maybe. Yeah. Well,
Okay. This is a hard question for everybody to have on here. What are some of your favorite locations? Now, I have the list here. that I got off your site. And now I have 2 audio files to play that you sent me, and the picture of the scratches. Now, the scratches that came from the Paul's house?
It comes from a city in like central Wisconsin.
Yeah, Leopolis house.
Right.
Wisconsin. Yeah. So your house, I forget, I know it was a residential case, and you had to want no names or anything, but besides just scratches, do you have any other kind of evidence happen at night that was?
That individual had multiple things happen to him. He had a dog that was on the in at the residence that lunged at him and like tried to pull him. It was a service dog, and the person was going, "This dog never would ever do that." And the dog lunged at him, grabbed his shorts, and tried to pull him out of a room.
Wow.
So yeah, so that happened. The person got scratched later on in the evening on their neck, and Alona had a few words with that. So that just said, "You stop that. You are not allowed to do that." And then everything just calmed down in the room. So it stopped that. But yeah, this individual for this particular picture, we were just getting the tour of the place. We had not gone into the house yet. He was walking outside and was not near any bushes. He was walking in an open area, and he was saying that his back hurt him, and those scratches showed up on his back.
Wow. So, I want to hear go back with what I asked you about because I've always wanted to get to an opera house, and I'm trying to get. There's one here, I think, in Ohio. That I'm trying to get into a theater. The Grand Opera House. Did you have anything, happen there that?
Connie, did you have something?
I know we did a sensory deprivation session down in the main dressing room. And during it, the person who was speaking for it, we were getting great communication back and forth. It was very constant. And in the middle of the questioning, the door to the dressing room shut on us. And so we carried in the conversation after the door shut and asked if they had shut the door, and they responded that they had. That happened.
And that had a weight that was holding the door open, so it had moved the weight also.
Yeah, a big metal
Wow.
weight.
Wow.
I know when I was there, I feel like you get a lot of audible like whispering from somewhere in the space, and you can't really tell where it's coming from. You could be down in the lowest sub basement part, and it's like you hear this weird. We couldn't really, like debunk if it was like people outside, because it would be weird that you couldn't hear those people from up in the theater space, but somehow you can hear them down there. But it's just like this weird, almost like group whispering. Like I heard that a few times when I was there. But
Yeah, it has such a rich history at the Grand Opera House. It has the tunnels and the basements that are all boarded up now that we used way back when. And Percy is somewhat of a legend there. A lot of people claim to see Percy and the dog. People have seen. I know Alona has said that she's seen the dog on the stage before in performances.
And the lady in the red dress was in there too. So, but yeah, I've been there once and I hadn't had anything, but I think you guys were great.
I was on the second one,
Oh, okay.
and somebody did get brushed against in the upper balcony.
Okay. All right.
we obviously love as actors doing the theater. We feel comfortable in there, so it'd be cool if we could find another one because we've done the Grand like 3 times.
Yeah.
So I'd love to do another theater personally. But.
I did a small back in York, PA called York Little Theater. That was like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
About at least that. Well, I had guys went to the Ember Manor
Yep.
in Mazel. I had that AVC set the one that says leave. So
Correct.
I can play here if you want.
Sure.
If you want to, sure.
Is Susie here with us? Again, my name is Chris, and Karen's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hear for us.
It's hard to
but-
hear for us on the computer.
Is Susie here with us?
It'll live.
Again, my name is Chris, and Karen's right there.
I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it.
Right. So to set that audio up, well, I was standing in a hallway, kind of in a doorway. To my left was a large room that the majority of the people in our group were in. It was a children's room, and then across the hall, Tony and Brad, or Alona and Brad were in another room, and I was just standing there, and you can hear the shuffling, and then the word "leave" comes up, and there was nobody by me at
Yeah.
all.
I heard it. So,
So, but that only showed up on the EVP. Didn't hear it in real time.
right.
So
Yeah.
I probably would have left.
All right.
Get out.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta tell me twice.
Yeah.
I sure was sure I have. It says, run like you're being chased by a ghost.
Mm.
I usually wore that, but it was no longer. Yeah, I like that shirt. But there's another one I heard called Whistle. Do you remember what investigation that's from?
Yeah. That was at the Trout Museum in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Trout? Yeah, okay. Okay.
It's an art museum that's in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So we were on the second floor, and we were just having a conversation, and the whistle came up.
This was super clear because I heard it before,
Hmm.
so I'll go ahead and play it.
Yeah, do I have the other one, or did I give you both of them?
There are, with the original building, there's windows behind that wall.
And that was audible. We
Yeah,
heard
do
that.
I have the other one, or did I?
There.
Here, boy.
Yeah. They don't know.
Yeah, you never know. It could be a little syrup here we go. But about many years back, I did like a bar, restaurant, pub. Do you guys have any success at the Stone Arch?
Yes, the Stone Arch was one of our most active places.
Sure. Yeah, the Stone Arch is, it's also in Appleton, Wisconsin. It is a current restaurant today and brewery called Stone Arch. And it's in a very, very old historic building for Appleton, and the history of the building, it's kind of very rich in beer making history. There was an old brewery there. I think there was a fire at some point, so a lot. I don't know if the whole thing was rebuilt or what it was, but yeah, it's kind of always been having like beer making going on in that building. Right now it's the restaurant, but there's also, I don't know, probably there's a comedy club on the very top. There's like a couple salons. There's a few other, a pretty big building. When we investigate, we usually don't have access to every space. Like we can't get up to the comedy club and like the private businesses, like the salons that are closed down and things like that. But we usually work with the restaurant and they let us in there. But yeah, I was actually only there for one. I know we've done a couple investigations there, but that was it was the first one. We had quite a bit of like experiences there. One of them we put we use a little roll of tape, and so we had set that on this kind of like side room of the restaurant that it's like an old bar in there that they weren't really using it. It's kind of become like an overflow game room space, so but the bar still sits there. No alcohol behind it, but we put the roll of tape on the bar, and it moved for us without anybody touching it. And there was no, we made sure to check like that it wasn't, you know, off or not level by trying it, multiple times. But us beyond was living area. And, we were just kind of all quiet in our own spaces doing like an EVP session. Some of us were recording on our phones, sound or video, and just in the midst of kind of like, trying to ask questions and talk, we just hear this very, very loud rumble, boom, 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 like, and you could tell that it was very loud, and it was very audible to us, and it shocked us. We're like, what was that? And the lights come on, and then it's like a chair, one of the chairs at a table just flipped itself over that we weren't even by on its own in the dark. And we were just like kind of taken aback. Like that was really, that's one of those things that's, okay, we can't explain that. There's no way this chair, would have just tipped backwards like that.
Right.
And we had caught it, because we were all doing EVPs. So a number of us caught the sound of the chair on our phones. And that's one thing we like playing it back. We all remember like, oh my God, we're so freaked out. But yeah, that was probably one of our best kind of freaked out moments of our group.
Yeah, I've been doing for many years, and we have the good evidence, but never the best evidence of something moving before. Last year, or a year and a half ago, I guess it was, at you're at Pottstown Elementary School. It's out in Ohio, but it's a huge school. It's been, I guess since the early 1970s, it's been abandoned. Big a lot of activity there because there was a horrible train accident there. A lot of people got killed, and there was a little girl who fell down the stairs at the school, and she had died later at the hospital. She had died at school, but they have the gymnasium, and they have this old like wheelchair thing around. It's like roll one, has the old leather bucket seats, and the one guy was pushing me around a little bit that night, but. I was set up in the gymnasium. They had like 10 basketballs in there and stuff, and they're not even really inflated. I mean, they're 3/4 full. We can't even bounce and stuff. You know what I mean? So one guy just put one of the basketballs on the seat, and we had the camera covering the whole thing, and we're downstairs setting up for the or in base camp, and we're setting everything up down there, and the guy comes down and goes, "You gotta do the ball in a chair." I said, "We didn't move at all. We're sitting here, yeah, bullshit, you didn't do that." And I'm like, "No, we didn't." And I think we catch that on video.
Yeah.
And some of those chairs too aren't going to be just flat.
Right.
There's like a little spot for butt cheeks, so like a ball couldn't just like roll off.
I have video for you if you want to see it.
Sure.
Yeah,
That'd be great. Yeah.
I was going to say do a full screen. Yeah.
I wish it like moved again, you know. I was waiting. I'm like, is it gonna go over?
So we rolled balls back and forth. It was fun. We had one time getting out around the Dakota and there, just back and forth now. So yeah, that's probably the best video evidence we ever got. I mean, all the last 15 years been doing that. So.
That's still. Yeah, it sometimes too. I said we're still learning, as we go along. And one of the things is if we place things certain ways, or if we, put something, we need to remember to take a picture of it or something, or have a video available so that you come back into the room and you're going, okay, was that where that was, or was that, and we don't have any video of it that it changed. We were at, I think it was Edinburgh, man.
Trying to do that in the kids' room with the,
Right. So we had a trail camera in the kids' room, and we had placed some stuff, but the trail camera was off of the floor. I mean, was angled so that it went over and missed the floor. And so things had moved, but we didn't have any proof that it moved because the trail camera wasn't catching it at all. So then we were questioning where it was. And so
we set stuff up, let's say one corner of the room. It will order a light camera that covers the whole room at an angle. So we can get all of it then. But yeah, that's how we usually catch stuff too. But at that post house school, so guess I had on a couple weeks over there also. And there's this Fisher Price roller coaster theater. I'm not sure if it was. But a little kid ride along that has a little, it's like made that Fisher Price material or whatever. So you put the joints together. When they had the roller coaster setting up, when they're going through the room and talking and stuff, they walk in the room. That roller coaster goes down right in front of them. It's like, good luck. Oh gosh, that's funny. Also, like we caught a shadow peeking out, looking at him back in the end. And you see that plane's there, like, But yeah, when you get stuff like that, I mean, it's it's actually once in a lifetime, some of those things. And
and that's like we are kind of learning too that we need to not be in the dark all the time, because if we now we like to do have like a little lantern on and play and roll some video footage, and that can be our sound for EVPs as well. But at least now too we can see some stuff going on, like, because if we had video and a little bit of light in there, we would have seen that chair, even if it's just dim light. That, and then obviously we'd love to get like better quality like video capturing cameras and things like that. But
well, they're supposed to limit space and limit equipment. So I mean, you have a big space, you can cover so much at, As I say, go back a couple times, we used to do that at least. So yeah, I can't say something, I forget. Oh God. Yeah, brain fade. I forget. That was our investigation we had, I think. Oh. The best EVP you got, you already said the one about do you already say the best EVP you got?
What?
What's that?
The best EVP you got.
The best EVP we got.
Yeah.
Well, the one would be I would think would be Granger Hall or Granger House. Yeah.
But that was audible. So
right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was
considered EVP if it's audible.
Is it considered an EVP if it's audible in real time? Not really.
No. If you hear it and you pick it up, but I had.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had the same thing. I was at the home in the mansion, and I was setting the equipment up, and I was up in the girl's bedroom when, her, and I talked to him all the time, how you doing? He go, hey, no, are you here? and I heard a and I was like, I picked that up on audio too. And it's a female voice.
I'm surprised doing paranormal investigation how much we're catching, how much we're hearing with our own ears real time doing this, as opposed to like I almost feel like we get better luck with that lately than hearing EVPs that come back later.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard whistles too before, but
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
it's yeah. But it's like even like that. I got was pretty cool because I didn't.
Right.
Definitely, I got touched there too. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
So
uh, she-
the one that I started to talk about at the Granger House is it's a museum in is it in Marion or
Marion, Iowa.
Marion, Iowa. And Alona was doing, the introductory, introducing our names and, saying, setting down the ground rules. And then she started naming off the people that we wanted to know if they were present or not. And she had just gotten done saying like the fourth name, and all of a sudden we hear, and my sister, who's also in the group, looks at Brad and goes, "Was that you?" And Brad goes, "No, I thought it was you." And everybody got it on their digital recorder or on their cell phone. Everybody
that-
the breath. on
is
there.
that the music from Breath?
A breath, yeah, just
I
exhale.
got that here too. We'll hear it.
Yeah,
I have it. You actually sent the file to me.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Oh, okay.
Is Earl here? Or Dora? Louise? Alfred? Help me with the names, guys.
So yeah, I don't know if you can hear the.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all like,
You can immediately hear us going, no.
It's not me, buddy. I was told our breath.
yeah.
Another thing we do, we'll do our EP sessions for a while, then we just like can talk about it wouldn't even do anything. It's just kind of a conversation. And a lot of times we'll pick up them talking too.
Mhm.
So if you guys just take a break or whatever and just talk about your everyday lives and stuff, and they'll talk when between you talk.
We do get that a lot because
Mhm.
actually, so what we kind of do is it's not necessarily a break, but like even just during it, like we are so close as friends that we understand each other's like humor, and we make each other laugh a lot, like. And so
We
we'll
do.
yeah, it'll be like in the middle of an investigation or an EVP session or whatever, and it's like we'll get distracted, and it's like we're having fun. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that, and then like it's almost like we're ignoring what we were doing, and then that's when it's like the REM pod's like going off. Like, hey, it's either I'm loving that you guys are laughing, or it's like, hey, pay attention to me again. I'm over here.
And another thing is that they get sick of hearing, "Oh, what's your name? What year is it? Who's the president?"
Yeah.
And so we take breaks from that and just like talk about that kind of stuff once we get out of the way.
Yeah.
Another thing we'll do is sometimes where we're at, we do what we call quiet time, where everybody just building and go outside, walk away from the building, and let everything run while you're out there. And they really don't want you to go back. Sometimes you get stuff there too.
Okay.
So we used to do that a lot. We used to great places.
We've done that once or twice too, where we separate and then just we're quiet for like to see if we can just hear something, or and then that way when we're playing that recording back, like we can really hear if somebody's trying to chime in somewhere.
Because one of the times back in New York, we had a residential case, and they had piles of stuff moving around, and their little boys being tormented by somebody there, and we took time out, went outside and talked, and I went back with evidence about a week later, and we went outside of town, like pots and pans being dang covers being slammed all around and everything, and I was like, oh, that noise. Oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah. We
And
usually try and visit each area like twice because it's like you could go and there's nothing going on, and you can go later on and there's a completely different feel to the room.
right,
So we try and see if we get a chance to go back to a different area that is like, okay, let's see if there's anything else going on. Another thing is that last October we did like it was a meet and greet kind of thing for our group, just to get people in our community to go, okay, this is a paranormal group. If you have anything, great. If you're just interested in paranormal, that's fine too. But one of the things, like you were talking about earlier, was you just don't go in and start rattling off questions to these people going, did you die or whatever. It's like you don't want anyone coming into your house and just firing questions at you immediately. You want to get to know them a little bit or get them to know you a little bit. So we kind of give a background on ourselves too.
Yeah. Kill the corner of the house there and bread in the fridge. Got food yet? No, that repeat we got was pretty good. Like, probably one of our best is the historical museum up in Palmyra, New York. That's an awesome place to go. And they have the connection called the Phelps Museum store. And so we're upstairs doing our GPPT session, and like I said, guy earlier about the cat meow. Well, he was there that same night, and we were upstairs. And a little history of this house that used to be on there got burnt down, and there's mothers killed with 5 of their kids killed. It ranged from 2 to 12, I think. It's a Braden family, I think that's right. But the husband was out of town, another state doing some business and stuff. Yeah, business. He probably hit this thing. They don't know what's going on, but so we're doing this, and the guy says, you hear him say, these guys came from your PA, all these from your PA, do something for them, And you hear him say, what's that light on the computer? There's a little blinking light, all has a USB stick in there blinking, And then, not really hear anything about that. And then went over the evidence and stuff. We picked up this creepy voice, coming from the downstairs recorder. And I got here is what they say.
Okay.
I got it here. Bear with me. Here it is.
Hey, come on out. These guys came all the way from Pennsylvania to come and see you. Did that light just go out on that computer? Is there a reason that did that? Hey, come on out. These guys came all the way from Pennsylvania to come and see you. Did that light just go out on that computer? Is there a reason that did that?
So what did it say?
Come on down with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm thinking, no.
No. Okay, we're good.
Not really yet. A few more years, please. Yeah, that place was a kick, and we were up there twice.
Yeah.
Or like some of you were there a few times. But we'll hopefully get back to Post Town, I think, in September. We got another group of interesting going. It cuts down the price.
Right. We have that too. It's like, okay, is it cost effective for us to go? Because a lot of the places that we're going, they do charge. Right. It's like, okay, we have that. If it's, how far away is it? And we need to stay somewhere else, too, besides where we're investigating. So that comes into play when we're looking at places.
Right. Now this place is sleeping quarters, so it's kept pretty comfortable. But then it doesn't have it's kitchen too, but it doesn't really have any amenities so forth. The bathrooms aren't that great,
Mm.
but I think the next time I'm going to get a hotel. I think right down the road. But for what he's charged us for that room, I might as well get a hotel room. So, but he's working to give some a discount. I think for us since we get back a few times already. So,
Yeah.
but that doesn't want he wants to go along. I have to get with him and see if they're so interested because the guy got back to me about it already. I'm like, huh? I get that security house down first and yeah, do that. So. Yeah, it's the college place I like go, but I mean, with the cost they want for them, and I think, well, I don't mind giving it if it goes towards the place and everything, which I guess most it does for upkeep. But yeah, if we get a bunch of people going, it's going to cost like $50 or $70 a night, and that's fine.
Mm.
But you get these places for $800 a night, I'm like, yeah, mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
We think, alright, you do that for a while, and you're like, well, look how nice you up now, upkeep's pretty good, you have like special or something. Say, okay, well, for these 2 months or whatever, we still gonna take price down a little bit, we're taking people for there, you know what I mean?
Mm.
I think that'd be a good idea too, but I don't own them, so I don't know. I'm not sure what it costs to run them. And, I mean, I know, the Hinsdale House. You guys ever hear of that place?
No,
The Hinsdale House up in New York. I was there twice. But the one we stayed there for a whole weekend,
Wow.
and actually there once. We're going back again probably another year or so. I was there a whole weekend, and that place is creepy. It's like way up in the woods, and it's pitch black at night, and we caught some really weird stuff when we recorded outside of the night, and it's just. With the grunting and moving that thing around, and you hear it's weird howling in the woods and stuff. It sound like woods or anything. It's like a bunch of, I don't know. We're kind of thinking of the mating season for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, that's what it smelled like. So, it was like 3 minutes straight, and we went and got a phone book out of the place and looked through the kennels around, just in case. We always check that stuff out. And there's a around there like that, and we had to stop the car one time and asked this fisherman guy and his girlfriend. They're so shit drunk when they. We're trying to talk to them there, so he's like, I'm like, what kind of animals you are around here? And he goes, that would would have like a howl or anything like that. He goes, deer? I'm like, deer. I mean, what, he goes, what are you guys doing? And he told me what they're doing. He's, like that. It wasn't really beating him. He kept asking questions. His wife's pulling, knock off, I'm pulling him. He's on the side of the road. It's like he was fishing a puddle. It was a little thing. Up here in the hand, he said, deer. I'm like, what the fuck? So that whole weekend we had deer. We do have so much fun. I mean, you have to. I mean, and the characters I was with those 2 this year, like, oh my god, it was awesome. I was in the same group for 12 years, and we got so many places we got to go to. My god, and those guys were just great.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you got the same situation here. So, good luck to you guys with all your stuff then, because you got everything you need. I mean, and also, like, do you guys do like team meetings and stuff?
Yeah, we had one earlier this year to kind of look at, what we want to do. Sort of thing.
Try to pick locations for a year, and
yeah.
We usually, I like to do at least one big investigation a year where I'm going to pay $100 to go to or so. But I'm doing a prospect place I wanted to go to out here in Ohio. That's a really good one to go to.
Yeah.
You guys are good. Well, just started, but you guys are good to a paranormal conventions.
Right. That myself and Alona went to the Michigan Paranormal Convention last August, and we're going to be going again this year along with my sister Chris. And as I said, it's just fun to see all the different people from
Right.
the different shows, but also to network with some of the other
Yeah.
paranormal groups that are kind of in the Midwest. I mean, some people are coming as far away as like Tennessee and Kentucky to come to
Right.
this convention, but it was a fun time.
We're going to May to Paratalk out here
Hmm.
at the Ohio State Reformatory.
Okay.
That's what we fun. And then I'm going back to visit my family in July, and I'm going to go to the Battlefield Bash in Gettysburg.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that too. So.
Yeah. So we're hoping to.
I like going there. I like to watch the speakers do their stuff and that kind of. I go mainly for that. I think too.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of the people who are going to be there. I had on my show already, so
Okay.
I'll get to meet them like face to face and maybe buy a book too to get them sign it. But I've had some authors on here too, but I've been trying to stay, with getting groups on, just talk about their experiences and stuff and where they're trying to look into the future, which way they're going to take the group and stuff. And it's good. How do you feel do you actually have your group all together?
How many?
People.
Yeah.
Now is it like 11?
12, I think. Yeah, 12.
About 12. That is like our normal, like from
Our pool.
to most, or try to go to at least like one a year, be active. So.
Yeah.
So the last time you guys all got together, what location was it?
One location for what?
When you guys all had the whole group together? Which never happened yet.
I
don't think we've ever had the whole group at once. But
Yeah, the majority, the last time that we had the most people of us together at one time was, we actually did, now it wasn't even an investigation, it was the luncheon that we had with another paranormal group, just to, share stuff or whatever. And that was at the Stone Arch when we picked that because it's like, okay, this is a paranormal place that maybe we want to have a lunch at.
A bar.
Yeah, it was. Might have been alcohol served.
Hey, no more that.
But yeah, we actually have one of our members actually lives in Florida.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
She was one of the close to original people that were on the team, but we still keep her on and she pays her dues and whatever. But an exciting thing that we have for our team actually is the American Paranormal magazine. We are on the front page of the Wisconsin edition of the American Paranormal magazine. So that was kind of exciting. We have a write up on there.
Yeah, we mentioned that in the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're actually on in January, February for our podcast.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So
we we're on the front cover, but they're international edition, but we have our name on the front cover. So that was cool. And nice little 2-page article first. It was nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All the Kim, she was nice.
Yeah.
She was really nice to work with. Cause I kept sending back stuff. Hey, do you print it yet? I feel changes to make, and she'll probably get tired of it, but she can be like, don't worry about it, And,
yeah.
But yeah, she was nice, and like I said, I think one of my friends, their group is going to be in this next month.
Yeah. So were you on the Ohio edition then? Is that what it was?
No, international edition.
International. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So for the podcast, because they put podcasts in that one too. But
okay.
I tried. Our group hasn't got out much since I've been out to Ohio. Investigation wise, and it's usually at the same places and stuff. Now, we're looking, once it gets nice out, we're looking to go. I like going to cemeteries and taking pictures, and I'll take a GPPT recorder along too. And never know what you're gonna get. And I've been to some really old ones back in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
but we got some stuff there too.
Yeah.
So we're looking it out. I had the guy I met online. He wrote a book called Cemeteries of Ohio, Haunted Cemeteries of Ohio.
Mhm.
And he has all these separated by northwest, northeast, west, north, south. And they have a cemetery of that location.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to go to as much as I can to all of them. So I made a PDF clickable app for your phone that if you take Northwest, and it'll take you to Google Maps, and then it'll have a list of those cemeteries in that Northwest or whatever, and just click on your phone, and it'll get you directions to the place. You just drive there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I can't really use that. do that.
Yeah.
So
We did a couple cemeteries, not too many. They were
Yeah.
basically cemeteries that were associated with the place that we were
right,
investigating.
yeah. But there are a lot of old ones out here. I can't remember what the name was. There has the one, it has like a statue of a guy or with the glass eyes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I really see him. I can't remember what his name is, but
Yeah.
got me a glass jaw for that most testing punch out. Oh yeah, so one place I would go to is Boyd House. You guys went there, right?
The White House, yes. We did.
Yeah. So you got any luck there? Because I know it was kind of pricey when I checked for just like 3 or 4 to go. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
That's where we had the cat meow.
Okay.
And
Sorry, I didn't know that. I wasn't sure what location that was.
yeah, I'm trying to think, Kim.
I wasn't there. You weren't there.
So Kim, what? Anything else that you remember from Boyd?
I thought we had activity in the basement.
Yeah.
Where was that debunking you guys did of that dog's tail thing?
Right. Yeah, we were in the one
Boyd?
bedroom, and it took us a while because we had it where there was one of the old-fashioned pull toys that were like dog, and it has a spring for a tail, and we were getting things, kind of set up, and all of a sudden somebody goes, "The dog's tail is moving," and it's like, okay. Well, then we reviewed the video, and it turned out somebody had moved the rug underneath it just minutely, and it caused that dog tail to be moving.
What was that good that you had that whole area covered that time?
Right.
Yeah. So.
Also in Boyd House, the main room is a big long room, and Alona was on one end of the room on a couch, and I was way over on the other side of the room on the couch. And she asked me whether or not I woke up during the night at all, and I said, well, I kind of did, but I just kept my eyes closed because I really didn't want to look across the room and see something like standing there. And she said she looked over towards me in the middle of the night and saw someone standing over me.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I kept my eyes closed then. But again, no evidence on that, and that was what Alona is our sensitive, or probably our strongest sensitive. We have other sensitives in the group too, but she's probably the strongest. And so if she says don't go in a room, I probably won't go in that room because.
All right. I'll be first to go. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Let me know for half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back out there. So who's the owner of the Boyd House?
Who's the
owner?
Oh golly, I don't know that. Alona had set that up. If I can send you that information.
Well, actually, I think it was this Josh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember who it was, but I think I had him on my radio show about a year ago. Boyd House.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was. I can't remember his name anymore.
Yeah.
A while ago. But yeah. So, future plans, Do you guys think about which locations you're gonna have for your big vacation next year?
What you have? What the place you mentioned, Kim? Madison House? What was it? Mason House? You had sent it to me. It was in.
Oh,
I think it was Mason House, and that was in Indiana.
That's not really.
I mean, we would love to go to Squirrel Cage in Iowa, Squirrel Cage Jail in
Oh,
Iowa.
okay.
Of course, the Valeska. Did I say it right?
Melissa.
Valeska X House.
Yeah, Frisco.
Yeah.
So I said we've kind of
Yeah.
done Wisconsin and Iowa
Yeah.
the most, and we did do the Boyd House in Minnesota this last year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The Frisco Axe Murder House.
yes, yes. So,
What can I tell her with how he's gonna take an axe laying in bed and do reviews outside? I think you're freaking nuts, man.
yeah. But yeah, we're still working on this year on getting some things solidified. So we haven't really worked on solidifying anything for next year. We'll probably have something that Alona is on sabbatical right now until the end of the month, and then after that, then we might have a meeting with the whole group and go over again what do we want to plot out for next year.
I know a lot of us really want to do like a jail or a prison.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah, we haven't.
We did. I did. Won't say one twice, and this one is in New Jersey. Like it's called oh, I can't think of it now. The whole God, that's a brain fade. It's a storage jail, and I can't remember now. Alright, well, I'll have to send to you, but that place is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome place to go. I can't remember that.
We don't have a lot really near us, so that would have to be one for us where it's like, okay, we really got to do some planning, and we're gonna have to figure, how we're gonna get there.
People taking off for vacation if it's a little bit longer trip too.
Yeah.
So.
There was one in Illinois, northern Illinois, that there was an option to go do that, and it turned out being really pretty expensive for pretty limited time too. So I think it kind of threw a lot of us off that trail, sort of like.
Yeah.
We're so used to we're kind of spoiled. We find places where we have it to ourselves the whole night, and we can just be ourselves amongst friends, and then a lot of times we'll, pick a place where it's like we have a place to sleep there, either like in the historic house itself or something on the grounds, and then we don't have to pay extra. Sometimes, we'll find a place where we do have to get a room somewhere or
Airbnb,
or whatever. But yeah, I really want to do a prison, but it's just like, where are we gonna go?
But this is pretty far away, but yeah. I'll have to find out, but I can't out near that.
We'd probably have to go south or east or something for
Yeah.
more historic older prisons that are still up. And
I got it. Give them right. Burlington County.
Burlington County?
County.
Okay.
Historic jail in New Jersey. It's awesome. It's an awesome place to go. We got some good DPs there, and there one that I'll say real quick what it was, but there was this one room that had this old carved out like boat in it, and two of our friends were along. They were invited along, and they said we're in the room with the boat, and then they came back and said no shit. We get that too. We get swear or not, but I don't know if you guys get that or not. But we get. I've been called names. I would try to say I love you. That too, and shit like. Yeah, don't be surprised if you get swore at.
Tim got it that one time on doing the Estes
Yes.
But not
The
even
sensory deprivation stuff will come through on that.
Yeah. And if you get, when it scans to you guys have S-Box do you use, or what do you use for that?
We
F
generally
use.
use an app, but I think it's like we can't. The Apple phones don't have it, right? It's like the app that we use is to.
Yeah, it's kind of a ghost box thing that's with an app that's on our phone that we use.
Alright, because I got this S-Box for radio. It does ghost box and scans. And then we use that for the session. Then.
Right. Yeah,
we
don't
have we have an original one like that.
Right, the one that goes in between.
Yeah.
But this other one doesn't have that
Right.
staticky stuff in between, so.
Right. And if you get the F word, you know it's not a radio station pick it up.
Right.
Unless you're in New York.
Yeah, F. Yeah.
That's saying in New York all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Guys.
Yeah.
We're going to have you back more again, but you got some more investigation under your belt, and maybe we have a couple more people. Maybe we have a lot on this time.
Yeah, we'll keep your contact information too. If we find out anything really cool, we want to share with everybody.
Okay, yeah. And if you want to share some stuff, I can send some stuff for you to listen to ours, and and if you want to check some of our stuff out.
Cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we're pretty well, guys. So, like I said, we'll have you back on again.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure to have you guys on.
Yeah, we enjoyed this. Thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, you bet. It got to get the guys together in one area. Yeah,
Right,
I was kind of worried I had 4 different people, 4 to the house, so I'm like, oh boy. I hope they get close together.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Like I said,
Well,
appreciate
thank you
you.
for having us on.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Till next time, happy haunting, everybody.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Same to you.